Hi, this is Kerry Artag with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily NVIDIA report for Monday, July 15th, 2024. But before we check out the charts, I just want to ask you to please click like, share, subscribe, and check out wickedstocks.com, where we offer a full suite of both daily and weekly analytical videos, just like the daily Tesla and daily NVIDIA reports, daily analysis in the SPY, daily analysis in the Triple Q, weekly analysis in the S&P 500 index, the NASDAQ 100 index, and Apple stock, as well as 2 individual stock picks a week that you never see on YouTube that cater to the 3 to 5 week swing trader out to the 3 to 5 month near term investor, always looking for 20% moves or more on those underlying stocks. And you get to see all of this for free. We offer a 5-day free trial up front. So check out wickedstocks.com. Let's take a look at the charts. I'm going to start with this one. We're not really following closely this former 6-month channel top, just because, I'm bringing it to your attention because it's kind of a backtrack, just to kind of catch you up on the thinking with respect to NVIDIA and its directional dynamic, not only for the week, but over the next few weeks. And, we closed above this formation, closed back below it, back above it, back below it. And, after you've done that more than 2 or 3 times, or you've done that 2 or 3 times, it loses its how should I put it? Reliability. Let's put it that way. It is still there. It is still a tradable level, but I don't see it as a trend-defining pivot point anymore. And, we did, what I do see, of course, is this 130.02 channel top. Now, the fact that we closed above this horizontal structure and then back below it is a sign of weakness, of rejection, of a meaningful buy signal that we are expecting to play out on a 2 to 3 week basis. Obviously, that didn't happen. And the question obviously begs, is 130.02 still a reliable pivot point? And I'm just going to say that continued daily settlements below it will keep and allow selling pressures to build. And yes, we could over the next 2 or 3 weeks see 111.02. But I will be frank, and that is that if we were to close not only, we already have closed below 130.02, but also below 126.06. Now, we've been showing this channel bottom for the last week or so. It's been an intraday support level, making room for what we were perceiving to be consistent losses following the settlement below 130.02. But we kind of double bottomed Thursday, Friday. We closed higher on Friday. Yes, below 130.02. So, there is a sort of a case to be made for kind of a pretty neutral market right now. But nonetheless, holding below 130.02 as time continues to tick away, I do think we'll keep 111.02 in reach over the next 2 to 3 weeks. And I say this to those of you who are 2 to 3 week swing traders who may still be short from Thursday's close following the settlement back below 130.02. But if you've done nothing, or if you're looking to go short, I think your next signal is below 126.06. So the way I see the day right now is 126.06 support, 130.02 resistance, both of which may well contain daily activity, assuming we open below 130.02 and above 126.06. But if we break, especially open today, and I don't know what could play out that would bring that about. I don't think the assassination attempt, given the fact that Trump is okay and everything seems to be moving along fine in that respect, is going to rattle the markets too much. But, if we do happen to gap lower and open below 126.06, 120.25 could be in reach today. We've seen that kind of volatility on this market before. And so this is just an intraday support level. I think you could treat this as a session containment level, but I've reduced it to intraday only because the point I'm making here is a settlement below 126.06. You should make way for 113.43 as a 1 to 2 week at the most objective. 113.43 is really part of a range of support that ends at 111.02, as we've shown many times before, that can absorb selling through August trade, and from here we can round back up. Round back up to where? Well, we'll just see what the charts are showing at that time. I can already see that if we test this channel bottom at 113.43, that the trend line that it's based on will become a new channel top, and that will have upward pivot point qualities as we move through August and into September trade. But I don't want to get too far ahead of myself because we've not yet fallen into the 110s. But holding below 130.02 will allow selling pressures to continue building, although that doesn't seem to be the case right now. I think we need to see a settlement below 126.06 for those of you who are short already to breathe a sigh of relief, and for those of you who are looking for a short play in the market that can play out through the rest of the week and perhaps into next. Closing below 126.06, we're expecting this 113.43 formation within 1 to 2 weeks, which really is the beginning of a narrowing zone of meaningful support down to 111.02 that can absorb selling through August, quite possibly into the fourth quarter, back to new highs perhaps following a test of the 110s. Let's take a look at the upside. We've got 130.02, and if we push through 130.02, I don't think we have it labeled. That 132.44 level would be in reach today. Now, we could continue much higher, but I will say that if we close today above 130.02, that has negated the weakness that we are anticipating following the settlement below it last Thursday. And with that, the market is free to reach up to 138.25. This could be within 1 to 2 days. It could take into later week, depending on volatility. 132.44, I believe, is this low from last Wednesday. The high that we put out on Friday is 131.92. And so, or is 132.44 the high settlement? I'm really sorry that I don't have that in front of you here. But if we happen to push through or open above 130.02, you should expect at least 132.44. And if we push through 132.44 today, yes, we could reach 138.25 today. This is kind of a newly formed, better part of 2-week rising channel top that I'm considering now really the beginning of a narrowing range of resistance up to 143.29. A week from now, next Monday, they all converge entirely. So it depends on the volatility and how quickly we might reach it. If we close above 130.02 and it takes the better part of a week to reach 138.25, then we have this more convenient range of resistance to sell into. So closing above 130.02, no good reason to be short NVIDIA as we move into later week. 138.25 likely within several days, rising daily, really the beginning of a range up to 143.29 that can be sold through next week, and we can fall away from here. And if we were to close over the next week or two above 143.29, then we're looking for 156.51. You can see by our analysis as we present it now, we're no longer really swinging for the fences as we were just a week or two ago, where that seemed to be what was appropriate. But what seems to be playing out now is this kind of choppy market, this somewhat non-directional play, and we're kind of taking it in 3 to 5 day, 1 to 2 week chunks right now, rather than looking for these 1 to 2 month swing trades. It really is one step at a time. So 143.29 is sort of the top of a range that begins at 138.25. This is an area that can be sold, and if settled above, is a sign to reverse and go long into the mid 150s and climbing. This is a 1 to 2 week play with a settlement above 143.29. But we're a long way from that. First, we need to close above 143.29. And then, 130.02. And then 143.29 becomes a 1 to 2 week objective, really, in combination with the 138.25 formation. So this will become more convenient as we move through time. It will narrow what is now really a 6-point range. Right now, wait, am I doing my math correctly? A 5-point range right now. 5 points will narrow to 3 to narrow to nothing a week from now. So this will make more sense as we move through time. I think I've said it all. Please click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com. Last week, we did a couple of stock picks that are still relevant. Rivian Automotive and New Mountain Mining. Both are very relevant trades you can take a look at. You can see it all for free by taking advantage of our 5-day free trial. You also get daily Triple Q and daily SPY analysis. And speaking of the Triple Q, I'll finish with this. This is a reminder. Certainly, you've got NVIDIA as a component of the NASDAQ 100, significant component actually, and the NASDAQ 100 is having trouble here. This is an area, and this is the Triple Q actually. It is the NASDAQ 100 ETF. This is sort of your tech index in terms of the broader market. And 499.51 is an area we need to get up and over by a 1% margin this week to set off meaningful longer-term bullish continuation. Until then, the NASDAQ 100, the Triple Q, is highly susceptible to meaningful bearish rotation as we move into later year. And that's what I'm advising my subscribers to play the short side upside right now in the triple Q. So what does that mean? Well, we'll see. We'll see what kind of contradictions present as we continue following NVIDIA in the days ahead. I'm going to leave it at that for Monday's NVIDIA report. I'll be back tomorrow, of course, with Tuesdays, and you have a great day.